Welcome to MidEast In Depth, part of Levant TV's press reviews. Starting from Lebanon, according to the Beirut-based Daily Star, the unfolding situation in Yemen looks set to secure the country among the world's failed states, but in such a way that it will make Somalia appear like Sweden. Even before the Houthi rebels took over the capital Sana'a in September, the country was on shaky ground, with one of the most militarized civilian populations in the world, where the vast majority of individuals own a gun. Al-Qaeda is making gains across the country, mainly in the south, where the US is involved in drone operations and more. There is no rule of law and dozens of deaths go unreported, with tribal tensions leading to even more violence across the country. The writers add that we see foreign intervention and interference with external players seeking to manipulate affairs in Yemen for their own advantage and strengthen their position in the region. But nothing is being done with the priorities of Yemenis in mind, and a replica of a scenario we have seen elsewhere in the Middle East. The writers conclude that it appears that the only hope now is for an internal reconciliation to be found, as unlikely as that seems right now. But at the same time, the international community must stop ignoring the growing crisis in Yemen as if it might simply disappear, and act with decisiveness and swiftness if and when intervention on the ground is needed. Hugh Naylor reports to the Washington Post from Tripoli in Lebanon, the northern city, saying that the black and white flags of al-Qaeda's wing in Syria still flutter over the impoverished city. And the anger that fueled a major clash last month involving Sunni extremists still simmers underneath a shaky calm. Naylor says the Lebanese military now controls Tripoli, but the militant who fought street-by-street battles with soldiers represent a growing challenge to the stability of this already deeply divided country. The militants are Lebanese citizens who went to the fight in Syria's civil war, assisted by money and weapons from Sunni politicians here, according to religious leaders, politicians and military officials. The Sunnis sympathize with the rebellion led by Syria's majority Sunni against a government dominated by Alawites, whose faith is an offshoot of Shiite Islam. In Syria, the young militants became radicalized by such groups as the Islamic State and Jabhat al-Nusra, al-Qaeda's Syrian affiliate, religious leaders and politicians say. Now back in Lebanon, they are increasingly clashing with the military. The Sunni militants have turned their weapons on Lebanon's military, which they see as taking orders from Hezbollah, and Mohammed Obaid, an analyst who is close to Hezbollah, added, these militants have developed their own agenda. They no longer listen to the local politicians. These men feel they have a duty to protect the area in the name of religion, so people started supporting them. That was it for today's brief analysis. For more updates, please visit us on levant.tv. You could also subscribe to MidEast In Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.